Good afternoon, everyone, or good day. Hello, friends. This is another interesting time with ACS Online Maths Tutorial. Last time I introduced this topic bearing, whereby I highlighted some key points that will help us to do justice on the question that is associated with bearing. And I told you about from, to understand the due and off. So I'm not going back to it. Let's just delve straight into the calculation that is related to bearing. So this question we have, it says what? A gear starts from point A and walks 285 meters to point B on a bearing of 0.78 degrees. It says what? She then walks due south to a point C, which is 307 meters from A. The question is what? They say you should calculate the bearing of A from C and what's the distance BC. First of all, when you are given this kind of question, what do? You need to represent it in a diagram. The diagram will give you an insight on how to go about solving the question. And that is what we're going to do now. Let's represent it in a diagram. So in a drawing, they say what? A gear stands from a point A. We can draw it something like this as our point A. Right? We call it point A. It says what? And walks 285 to B. This place should be on a bearing of 78. You know, from here, this is our north pole, this is our east, south, and west. So 78 is less than 90, but it is greater than half, which is 45. We can draw it like this. So this place becomes our 78 degrees, right? Then we can mark this place as our B. Let me do it very well. As our B. And the question says what? She then walks due south to a point C. She then walks due south. Due south, this is the north pole, this is the east, this is the south, this is the west. It walks due south means it walks straight south, no shifting. It walks straight south, right? Then we draw it like this, straight south. Then we can now join this point to this point. We join it, right? So this place, they told us that, is there any question, any value I'm missing? I think I missed, so okay, I didn't miss it. It said which is 307 meters from A. That means this place is C. This place is 307 meters, right? What they say we should calculate, I hope you people are getting it. So that means what they want us to calculate here is what? They want us to find what? Distance from here to here, and also the bearing. The question says the bearing of A from C. Since we are taking our reference from the North Pole, you can go back to my previous video if you don't understand why I'm taking my reference from the North Pole. You can revisit it. It will give you an insight or a hint on how to go about solving this one. Now, we start from the North Pole and draw our bearing from here to here. So our bearing should be from the North Pole back to the line that connected the A. That's how we get our bearing. So now, what are we going to do? They gave us from this question that here is your 78. Now, looking at this thing here, if I draw this thing out like this, watch, and join this thing, you can see that this thing is a parallel line, this thing is a parallel line. We can say that this angle that is 78 here is alternate to this angle that is here 78. Bringing it into this place, we can say that since 78 is here, 78 is also here. This is also 78. It's also 78 because alternate angles are equal. So now what are we going to do now? What we're going to do is very, very simple. So we have already gotten, okay, I didn't write this number. This is 285 meters. Then we can just extract this thing as a triangle. We can bring this thing out to look like this, look like this, look like this, something like this. 307 meters. This place is what? 78 degrees. This place is 285 meters, right? So looking at this is our A, this is our B, this is our C. Now looking at this now, The question said that we should find the bearing of A from C. Our problem here is just to find the angle that's supposed to be here. If you find the angle that's supposed to be here, we can just say 360 minus the angle that is here, because this informed angle at a point. So if you minus 360, minus the angle that we found here from 360, that will give us the bearing they are looking for. But the problem is that we don't know the angle that is here. That is what we need to do what? Find. How do we find it? To find it, we can apply what? Sine rule. And sine rule is applicable when one dimension is complete. There is an angle here and there is sine here. We can apply sine rule. How do we apply it? We can just say that this is about B now. This will be B sine what? Capital B equal to what? This is the sine we are finding. Is it not? That will be our small letter c over what? Sine what? Capital letter C. That is the angle we are finding here, right? Now our B is already given as what? 307, right? Divided by what? What is the angle of B? Sine was 78. Our C is small letter c. That is the angle that is here. 285. Then what is the sine? That is what we are looking for. We don't know it. Sine C, right? What do? You cross multiply. Let me bring in my calculator and see what it's going to do. So that is what? You just say what? This multiplying this will be, let me start from this one. This multiplying this will give us 307 sine C equals what? This multiplying this, it should be at the back, it should not be at the front. If it is at the front, it is assumed that it is also part of the sine. So it should be 285 sine 78. What do? You just divide both sides by 307. That will be sine equal to 285 sine 78 divided by what? 307. What do? To find the sine of this, just punch your calculator and let me split this thing like this so that we have more space to solve other questions. Now what we do now, we just say 285 sine what? 78. It will give us what? It will give us 285. That will be equal to 278.77 what? 021 divided by this. We divide it by 307. If you divide it by 307, it will give you what? It will give you 0.9081, right? Then that is sine C. This sine C here is equal to this. But we have not gotten the answer they want us to get. We have not gotten the angle. The angle is by dividing, taking the sine inverse of this. The sine inverse of this will be it will be C equals what? Sine inverse of 0.9081. So if you print the sine inverse of the number, it will give you what? C equal to 65.2. So our angle here is what? 65.2. So we have not finished though. We haven't finished. We have just gotten the angle that's supposed to be here, which is this angle, 65.2 degrees. Now we can now find our bearing very simply, because sum of angle at a point is equal to 360. Now if we minus 65.2 from 360, it will give us the remaining angle, which is the bearing we are looking for, right? Then we can just say that the bearing of A from C equals what? 360 minus this angle, 65.2. Just press in your calculator 360 minus 65.2. It will give us equal to what? 294.76. So that is our bearing degrees. That is our bearing in degrees, right? Yes, in degrees. If you approximate it, it will become 8. Let's leave it like this. Now, at this point, what are we going to do now? We have found this one. This one is gone, right? It's gone. Now, what are we going to do? Another question said that we find the distance BC. Now to get the distance BC, what are we going to do? Let me just do something like this so that we have more space. Now, that is this angle that is here. We don't know the angle that is here, but they want us to find this thing. So what are we going to do? What I'm going to do is that I want to find the angle that is here. Since I've gotten here to be 65.2, we just apply sum of angle in a triangle. Sum of angle in a triangle, that would be the A angle we are looking for plus 78 plus 65.2 equal to 180. The reason sum of angle in a triangle equal to what? 180. Now what are you going to do? Just let me just do it straight. 180 minus 78 minus 65.2. All this thing will cross to the other side. That is collection of like terms, right? So what that is, you just punch from your calculator and say 180 minus 78 minus 65.2. That will give us what? It will give us A equal to what? 36.8. That means our angle here is 36.8 degrees. Now what are we going to do now? Since we have found this angle, we can now apply sine rule again to find A. Very easy. We can apply sine rule again by saying that what? This sine we are looking for should be our small a. Should be what? Our small a. That would be A sine what? Sine A equal to what? Let me choose this side. We may choose this side again. We may say B sine what? B. What are we going to say? This place is B. What is A? A is already, that is what we are looking for. And this, what is the sine A? This is 36.8. That will be sine, this A now, 36.8 equal to what? What do we do? What is B? B is, this is the capital B. So the sine is this here. That will be 307. The sine is small b. That is small b. So divided by the sine b. That is sine what? 78. What do we do? We then cross multiply. This one multiply this and this one multiply this. Now our A sine 78. This one will multiply this one. That would be 307 sine what? 36.8. What do you do? The same thing. You just divide both sides by sine 78. That would be 307 sine 36.8 divided by what? Sine 78. What do you do? We just come back and say, let's continue from here. We can say A equals, you press your calculator straight. Press what? 307 sine 36.8 will give us what? Will give us 183.9, right? 0, 0 in two decimal places. 2 divided by sine 78. You press what? Sine 78 in your calculator. Sine 78. It will give us 0.9781. Our A will be equal to, just say what? 183.9002 divided by 0.9781. It will give you what? 188 in what? Is it meter? Okay, these ones are meter, so it should be in meter. That is very nice. There is no mistake from my observation. There is no mistake. If you follow it through this, down to this point, just following this procedure, you definitely arrive at the same answer. There is no mistake. Thank you very much. This is SCS Online Maths Tutorial. Thank you for joining me. And I would want to beg of you to subscribe to this my YouTube channel. This is just a new YouTube channel, and I'm trying to grow it. I want you to encourage me by subscribing, liking, and sharing the video so that it will encourage me make more video. And also, if I release a new video, you will see it firsthand. So if you have any contribution to make in the comment section, you can just drop your comment there, or maybe a suggestion that will help me improve on this new channel. I'll make time out to review all the comments and reply you adequately. Thank you very much.